What's up with y'all, man? Hit that like, that follow, that subscribe button, hit all that, man. You trying to turn the channel up, turn something into nothing, man. Hit the like button, the sub button, man. It's free, you know what I'm saying? Let's get straight into it. We got a crazy reaction today. It's something called Pag Pag chicken where it's like a crazy cuisine. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna let y'all watch it, get into it. Let's rock out.
In this video, we're taking on Asia's most heartbreaking street food, deep in the alleyways of Manila.
It is possible that from the trash, you get some big pieces that have a lot of protein, but then there's also some pieces like this that we're certainly have eaten.
But first, let's back up. The Philippines was the first country I ever went to in search of bizarre foods.
I really hope this chicken didn't have Crohn's disease.
From the beginning, trolling commenters egged me on, goading me into trying their country's most taboo food. It's called Pag Pag.
Pag Pag.
Fast food that's been discarded, collected from the garbage, then recooked and resold on the streets.
You don't know how long it's been there, so it could have been mixed with dangerous chemicals. It could have been exposed, contaminated with different bacteria.
Now, 8 years after stepping foot in the Philippines, I'm finally up for the challenge.
What are you doing to transform this food? How do you wash it? Just with water?
Today, I'm on a mission to understand how Pag Pag production works and why, in spite of all the dangers, this dark trend still continues.
Do you ever see food that you don't keep? Is there ever food in such bad condition that you just keep it in the trash?
It all starts with the Philippines' most beloved fast food chain.
Right behind me, Jollibee, a Filipino fast food restaurant, a chain, a franchise that has spread all around the world. It is the pride of this country. For many Filipinos, coming here is like a special occasion. They've got spaghetti, they've got burgers, but they are most famous for their fried chicken.
Oh, you got me so good. It's a world you're likely familiar with. The local fast food spot. Head in to grab a quick bite, place an order, sink your teeth into your favorite guilty pleasure, and discard the rest. You got me good. What little did you know, in a parallel reality, the first link of a new food chain has just begun.
Some people in the Philippines have taken drastic measures in order to sell and consume Pag Pag, the recycled, thrown away, discarded food that comes from this restaurant.
If you're in Manila, there's a good chance that in this garbage can, the leftover bits of uneaten fried chicken will soon
Yeah. Man, all I'm gonna say is cherish what you have in the environment that you was born in. Like, boy, oh boy.
appear as someone else's meal. But how does this underground food chain work?
Welcome to the Pepper's Mobile. This is going to be my main mode of transportation while we are here in the Philippines. Right now, we are headed from Jollibee to a place called Happy Land.
What's crazy is, bro, he in a flamed out truck with the bandana on in the Philippines. They over there banging.
In the chaotic sprawl of Manila, a city home to 15 million souls, you'll discover the full spectrum of existence. Look up, and that's hope. Skyscrapers pulsing with energy and ambition, offering a whirlwind of possibilities both exhilarating and daunting. Yet within the shadows cast by these towering structures, a stark reality reveals itself, a disconcerting part of this city's identity. Welcome to Happy Land, the largest slum in Manila. This is where the Pag Pag creation finds its audience, suited to those with no buying power and many times cheaper than the real thing.
Ma'am, nice to meet you. Do you live here in Happy Land? And why do you think they call it that?
She doesn't know.
It seems like a bit of dark humor. I've seen images of this place before online. Coming here in person, the reality is when you walk through these streets, the vibe isn't really what you would expect. It's not as though there isn't adversity. There's a lot. The thing is like how people deal with it. People seem happy, they're playing games, they're cheerful.
Exactly.
Meeting me here, Chewy, a young Filipino, documenting every food he can find on this vast archipelago. He's also my eating Sherpa when dining options seem daunting during this Luzon food tour.
To be clear, we are in a dump right now. It's garbage, it smells completely rancid in here. She is one of the many people here who sift through the garbage. Now, she takes a clean bag, she goes through the garbage bag and does what?
Eto, pagpag. Tsaka ano, itong mga ano, kalakal. Yung hindi nakukuha dito lang mga ganito eh. Pero pag eto, yan, kalakal, oo.
Every morning, bags filled with the decomposing remains of last night's fast food feast are collected and brought here to be sorted.
Do you ever see food that you don't keep? Is there
One of the positive things that I can get out of this is like plastic is one of the main like pollutions all throughout the world. We can't get rid of that shit. So they implicate in recycling over there in the Philippines. Like that's a plus. Like they recycling and shit. It ain't gonna be a lot of trash. Years from now, that shit could have a good effect on a like economy or like the environment, shall I say. But I don't know what it's gonna do to their goddamn stomachs. Over time, I'm pretty sure they're gonna build up the immunities like not to get sick. This shit crazy. I just hope like they come up with something different or this don't become the norm. Like shit kinda wild. Imagine you being a traveler and just being there and you just on the street, we don't understand their language. Or if you didn't understand their language and you just cross paths with a Pag Pag stand or Pow Pow, however you said stand, and you just thinking like, damn, I'm about to try this chicken. Not even realizing that it came from a fucking Jubilees from down the street. Like out the trash can. Shit wild, man.
ever food in such bad condition that you just keep it in the trash?
Hindi. Kasi meron minsan dito.
The condition of the Pag Pag can range from mostly intact food to partially consumed or damaged, but it's all exposed to the relentless heat of Manila's sun throughout the day. As for the quality assurance, well, that's up to the person sorting it.
She said that by her eyes, she knows if the food is already spoiled or not because sometimes it's like more on the wet side, so they throw it away and they will just
I'm recording.
keep the fresh food or the pagpag that's also edible.
Is this the only way that you make money?
Abandon all conceptions of comfort, convenience, and what's considered essential. Here, beneath the poverty line, the rules are rewritten. Flimsy walls and a makeshift roof create a shelter that can fit a dozen people. Privacy is a luxury. Whether it's food, fashion, or fixtures, everything new was born of something old, recycled, or discarded. From here, the salvaged food is typically sold to nearby Pag Pag vendors for further processing, but not in Evelyn's case. Known locally as the Queen of Pag Pag, Evelyn takes on the entire process herself, adding her unique touch, turning this survival food into a local favorite.
I'm told you are the person to go to if I want to try Pag Pag. Is that right? We already met one woman who makes a living collecting the Pag Pag from the actual garbage dump. Here, it looks like you're having bags delivered right to your stall. How does that work? Who is bringing this to you?
Dinidiribe.
So there's a distributor, so she distributes different fast food like that.
And so why not just have somebody sort it for you? Why do you sort it yourself?
Kasi para okay lahat.
For quality checking.
QA. You know, this is such a unique type of food. I'm curious, how did your journey begin with Pag Pag? How did you get started with all this?
Sa father ko.
Okay. So she said that she learned it from her father. When they were kids, they ate it like that.
Luto ulam.
Before selling Pag Pag, she's selling like common food, Filipino food. She has a small eatery.
So like a carinderia?
Exactly.
So why'd you go from carinderia to Pag Pag?
Mas mas mabilis maubos.
It's more sellable to her community
Mura lang.
because it's very cheap.
Kasi masarap daw eh.
Basically, she said because it's delicious. It's yummy. Yummy?
Yummy.
Yummy.
All right, soon I'll be trying your fried Pag Pag. But my big question is, what are you doing to transform this food? It's something that was destined for the landfill.
Unang-una,
The
ginalinisan.
first process, she wash it 2 times with water. And then just rinse it like that. She wash it thoroughly. After that, she will boil it. That's like the third process of cleaning or washing. So maybe all of the bacteria will be gone like that.
Despite the assumption that rinsing with water removes harmful bacteria, a lingering risk still remains.
When I think Pag Pag, I just think refried chicken. But how many different types of Pag Pag are there?
So besides fried chicken, she has other 2 dishes. It's called adobo pagpag and mechadong pagpag.
Which is the most popular?
Fried.
Okay. I feel comfortable trying that.
Any of this food could contain dangerous bacteria or toxins, posing potential threats like food poisoning, diarrhea, typhoid, hepatitis, and more. In spite of that, folks here still opt for the Pag Pag without hesitation. And soon, I'll be doing the same.
But first,
I'm heading to the bustling streets of Tondo, where another variety of recycled food is feeding locals. Unlike Pag Pag, it's not spent any time in a trash can, but a lingering risk still remains.
I understand that it's being sold to them by hotels, but I wonder if there's any food safety standard in place.
I doubt if there are any standards.
Meeting me here, Tatum, a well-known figure in the Philippines with a long resume. He's a chef, writer, and culinary
I'm speechless.
heritage advocate. And just like me, he's never tried Pag Pag.
Yeah, I haven't tried that, and I'm quite scared, but I'm willing to try it.
So why scared?
You know, it's something that isn't usual, especially that you know that it's food from the garbage. Technically, it's generally meant for landfill or fertilizer, but it's so mind-boggling to think that people are eating the food knowing that it came from garbage.
Right. It's not a secret.
Yeah, there's no deception.
We are working up to the Pag Pag. But before we try that, we're trying something else.
Yeah.
There is a food stall serving what I've been told is recycled meat.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
This is monok, spicy double-cooked meat, a creation from Loida's family, with a recipe enduring for almost 3 decades.
It's actually like restaurants, byproducts. For example, we have like big hotels boiling kilos of meat just to get the stock or whatever. So they're basically clean. It's just that it has less flavor. It doesn't taste anything anymore. And instead of just throwing it into the garbage, they kind of resell it to, you know, people and making a business out of it. It's something that's also very entrepreneurial in a sense.
Ma'am, good day.
Good day.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm happy to be here. Translate.
She understands.
Oh, you understand?
Yeah.
Oh, you're good. This stall started a long time ago. From the beginning, this meat was coming from where?
Hotel po. Siya po yung pinagkuluan
The
ng...
seller also inherited the business and now continues to supply her for the next generation.
Do you think it's legal for them to sell it in this way? Are there any health regulations or standards around hotels selling meat to individuals?
Meron po silang certificate na
So she'll get a certificate from the management to allow them to sell the leftovers. And she's also been to the hotel, so she knows it's clean. And she knows that the quality is good because she would never sell something that would be bad for her customers.
Of course. The question is, the meat has no flavor. How do you bring it back to life?
Yung pong karnina wala na
So
po.
she just adds all the ingredients to make it delicious, and she cooks it with love.
Okay.
Yeah.
And by love, she meant soy sauce. Lots of it, adding salt and color to the shredded meat. Then she marinates it with vinegar, onions, and chilies. It simmers until the meat absorbs all that flavor.
What animal did this come from?
It's a mix of beef and pork.
Now it's time to cook it up.
Yo, I apologize if I'm breathing in the mic, bro. This shit got me over here like, what the fuck? It's wild though, man. Respect. You gotta get it how you live and stopping starvation in their country or whatever. But it's people in their country that's scared to eat that shit. I'm the type of person, if I go to a restaurant and I order my food and you look at me the wrong way, I'm gonna get my money back just because I don't trust people for shit. Like, I'm too, I don't know, I just don't trust people. And to know where it's coming from, that's a mind boggler, man. They got a strong mental over there, for sure.
Garlic hits the hot oil. Then comes onion, chilies, and the meat. Mix it up, then force feed this protein with even more flavor. Soup-based seasoning, salt, sugar, black pepper, and oyster sauce. Stir it until the meat gets crispy, caramelizing in the seasoning. Then plate, serve, and eat.
Ready?
Smells good. Cheers.
Mm. 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 Spicy.
He fucking scared. They both looking at each other like, what the fuck did we just eat?
They're really hot. Indeed, it's very crunchy and kind of caramelized, toasted. It tastes like soy sauce. It tastes very, very salty.
Yeah.
What is it that local folks like about this recipe?
Yung pong medyo, ano siya, maanghang.
So people like it for the spiciness, is why they come back for it.
Are the customers who come here aware of where the meat comes from?
Opo.
In general, are people here trusting of the street food vendors when it comes to knowing where the meat came from, knowing that it's fresh and that it's safe to eat?
Hindi naman po. Kasi sanay
So
naman
a lot of people assume it's clean because she sees her working here and they've been eating it for so long, so there's no problem about that. And also she feeds it to her family, so she knows that it's really good.
I think the fact that it comes from a hotel, but
Yeah.
she cooks the heck out of it and then hits it with a lot of salt, makes me think it's much more safe to eat. It makes it more palatable too. This would be very nice with a beer.
Yeah.
San Miguel, Red Horse.
Yeah.
Now that we've dipped our toes into the world of recycled food, it's time for the real deal, and there's no turning back from here. We've come back to Happy Land just in time to witness the Pag Pag cooking process. So how does Evelyn transform trash into something palatable?
She's using unique ingredients, and the secret ingredient is a Sprite.
It starts with a selection of protein that varies each day. It could include sausages, patties, or untouched pieces of chicken. But most of the time, it's partially eaten pieces of fried chicken like this. Now, half of the salvaged meat will be transformed into adobo, the beloved stew of the Philippines. A sizzling pan first receives a portion of garlic, awaiting the Pag Pag meat.
You ever go to a Asian cuisine restaurant, they got adobo, you better stay away from that shit.
Sugar, pineapple juice, soy sauce, vinegar, MSG, and Sprite join the mix, with all those powerful flavors simmering together. Then finally, an unexpected twist: smashed crackers and milk powder, giving new life to old ingredients. If the stew doesn't suit you, there's always the refried chicken. First marinate in garlic, soy sauce, Sprite, then sugar, MSG, and pineapple juice. Now they hit the oil until they recook all the way through.
Now I understand why people say this food is so dangerous. From the rancid garbage dump here to this kitchen, this food has undergone quite the transformation. I gotta say, in general, it smells pretty good in here. I like it. Now, here's the thing. Obviously, I could see it's perfectly natural why this food is off-putting to so many people, but also why it's captured the imagination or the attention of so many people online from other countries. I think the most worrisome part is the fact that somebody may get sick from eating food that's old, that's just been sitting in a warm garbage bag for an unknown period of time. Now, the only thing giving me a little bit of security, considering the fact that I'm about to try this out, is that she boiled it good, but here she is frying the heck out of it. So hopefully, any residual remaining organisms that could be alive in there will be fried to death. That's what we hoped. Do we know for sure? No. What I've heard is that you've had a lot of streamers, YouTubers, people like me, frankly, who have come here and documented Pag Pag and Happy Land. Why do you think this food is so taboo? Why does this food get so much attention from people?
Kasi, paborito.
Probably in the mainstream, it seems strange, but here, it's their favorite.
I don't know. There's a stigma online, right? There's a certain type of social media person whose goal is to go to downtrodden places, to go to slums and kind of filming people at their worst moments, but without looking deeper into the story behind the people. I think that's something called like poverty porn, and that's something people look down on.
And I think it's also about how you're treating the storytelling. Because for me, the reason I wanted to come is to really understand how this kind of preparation came to be. Because it's like an evolution of food, you know, like if you go into like countryside, people forage for food. But in an urban setting, if you forage for, you won't find mushrooms and all that. You'll probably find this. And how do people react knowing that they have to eat? So it's a very nice and very insightful discourse to understand how people in the urban setting fend for themselves, try to find ways to, feed their families with what's available.
Beautiful. That being said, the time has come we should try some
Oh
out.
yeah.
Let me give you a little background on the food. Right here we have our main entree. So there's fried chicken, but it's not just the chicken. I see there's a patty here from a burger that's been fried. Then there's some hot dogs. I know, a bizarre question and maybe borderline inappropriate. Is there a brand that people prefer here?
Jollibee.
Oh my gosh, the pride this nation has in Jollibee, even here in this moment. Can you choose me a piece? People usually eat this with rice. I'm just gonna eat it plain. It looks like a thigh. Can I tell you something funny? My friend Andrew came here to shoot, and somebody accused him of not eating the real Pag Pag because he got a piece like this. Now, it is possible that from the trash, you get some big pieces that have a lot of protein, and that's what you see here. But then there's also some pieces like this that we're certainly have eaten. All right, I'm gonna just break off a piece of the meat. I'm smelling it. Look, I'm sorry if I look suspicious. It's new, all right? I'm gonna try it out.
Jollibee?
It's Jollibee.
Yeah,
For
you
me,
trying to
it's
figure it out?
Jollibee. Cheers.
Cheers.
Good. Okay.
McDonald's.
You think McDonald's?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Mine is Jollibee.
Now, let me tell you, she refried the heck out of this.
Yeah.
She fried it for about 10 minutes, probably longer than the original frying. At this point, it's cooled down a little bit, so I can't really tell the difference between leftover cold Jollibee and this. It kind of just tastes like food that's been in your fridge for a couple of days.
Yeah. Or cooked by someone who doesn't really know how to cook, you know?
It is intentionally over-fried. Are you gonna have some more? Tell me something though. Do you feel apprehensive? Do you feel reluctant?
I'm kind of apprehensive, but it's all in the mind. But if you taste it, there's nothing wrong with it.
Look, the purpose of this video is not to try to advocate in saying like, hey, this is a safe and healthy way of eating this. But I guess the philosophy of the show since it began was, hey, if they eat it, I'll eat it too, including this. So, ma'am, well done. She's taking it. I think you got to get these extra crispy.
At face value, this story is about the Philippines' most taboo food. But as we delve deeper, we uncover a story of resilience and resourcefulness. Evelyn and those who populate Happy Land endure acute adversity day after day. But they choose to walk light, wear a smile, and act on what's within their control.
In Happy Land, what are the biggest challenges that people are facing here in this neighborhood?
Mahirap maghanap ng pera rito.
Difficult to make a living, so a lot of people are scavengers. A lot of junk shops here.
What's your hope for the future, for yourself personally and your family?
Pamilya ko, makakain lang kami pag
She's the breadwinner in the family. She just wants all her kids to finish school.
Is Pag Pag gonna get your kids through school? Yeah? Wow.
Let's be more efficient.
There is no clear path from this place to anywhere else that resembles what the world would call success. But through years of selling this disgraced dish, Evelyn has managed to put her children through school, perhaps the first step in a long and difficult journey away from Happy Land and toward happiness. If you love Indian food, then you're gonna love our new channel.
Boy, yo. That's wild, man. Like, comment, leave me a comment, man. Let's have a conversation about this place, man. Happy Land. Would you ever go to Happy Land and try Pag Pag? Like, that's wild, though. My only thing, like, my man could imagine, like, if she eat that and her family eat that, she probably keeping the best pieces for her family. Yo, I'm out, man.